Hey YouTube, hey everyone. I've actually been gone for a while because I've been super busy. I've been streaming a little bit for those that show up. But while I was working out, this video showed up in my recommended, and we're we're all gonna listen to it. uh, it's titled Life Rant, and honestly, and I have my own things to add because I feel the exact opposite of this person, but I feel the exact same way that he's expressing himself. Even though my situation's completely the other side of it, and I'm still like, damn, do we all really feel like this? But, anyways,
Nobody cares about you. I remember growing up just feeling different. I always feel like I'm left out of things. Growing up, I used to always care about people and put others first. When I used to go out and play with my friends at the
I'm also gonna put the video down here so you can watch it too.
park or when there's snack time in class, I used to always go to the corner store and buy a lot of snacks and drinks. And when I would get back to the park,
I
I
would
would
share my
share with
Lunchables.
everybody, and everybody would be happy. And I would make sure I give everybody a bag of chips. And if they didn't want something to eat, I would give them a drink. And when we're all kids, we just eat chips and drink hugs. Back when chips used to be a quarter
Can't imagine.
and a small hug drink would be a quarter. Those were the good times. And I
Don't
remember
exist
during
anymore.
class when I would bring a snack and when some of my classmates didn't have nothing to eat and they asked me if they could get some, I would give them some of my snack, whether it's chips, cookies, or whatever I had. But I remember there were a few days
I do the same thing with like a pizza Lunchable. I used to have a little pizza Lunchable, and I would share pizza.
where I didn't have any money. I couldn't buy my own chips and drinks. And when they had snacks and we were all playing at the park, when they had something to drink, I would ask them, "Can I get some chips?" And they would say no. And that really got to me because all this time I got y'all backs. I would share with everybody. But then when I'm down, when I don't have any money, when I have nothing to eat, nobody cared about me. I just sat by myself and I just felt stupid. I just felt like I didn't really have any true friends. I didn't really have anybody that cared about me. And the same thing would happen in class if I forget to bring a snack or I didn't have money and I had nothing to eat and I asked the same people that I share with like, "Hey, can I get a piece?" And they would be like, "No."
Hmm.
That's when I realized nobody nobody cares about you in this world.
So what's interesting, I had the exact opposite experience growing up. I did the same thing where I would share my stuff, and I grew up very very poor, and there were times where I couldn't afford my breakfast or lunch, but I did have people that wanted to share what they had, what little they had. But I still also feel exactly what he's saying. Nobody cares, which is crazy. And I had people that would share with me too, and I still agree with the statement. Hmm.
Everybody just wants to be around you. Everybody just wants to be around you when you have money,
It's true.
when you can feed them,
Yep.
when you can help them.
Yep.
But the moment you're down and you don't have any money or you don't have anything, nobody sees you anymore. Nobody cares about you anymore.
So what's interesting is I had people that helped me when I was down, but I still felt like I wasn't important. I still felt invisible. Like I felt probably not the exact same way he's feeling in this statement. And you can see it's so real. You can see it in his body language. Like this dude's talking with his soul right now. It's not even heart. It's like his being is speaking right now. And I still felt like just no one cares. I felt actually more unimportant because I had to ask, or I felt more invisible because, yeah.
Nobody cares. And life just sucks. I
Mm-hmm.
remember when I was
Still
younger,
does.
just growing up being different and just feeling like I was ugly. And I used to think, like, if I could just be average, if I could just fit in with everybody else and just get along, how life would be so much better. And I remember one time I was at the playground with my friends There was this one girl that came up to me and she was like, I've never met somebody as ugly as you. Like, you're
Oh my
so
god.
ugly.
I've had
Like,
that.
you're really ugly. I remember
I
telling
look like
her,
Shrek.
I remember saying, like, I know I'm ugly. And
You're
I
definitely not
wish I
ugly
was
though.
better looking.
You're not ugly, bro. Just saying.
But I'm not.
But I get
Nobody
it.
cares about you. And life is just a constant struggle. I feel like I can never get a peace of mind. There's
Hmm.
always the next challenge. Once I solve one thing, another problem comes.
Okay, that's some real shit. Like that's I'm 35 and feel like this only magnifies the older I get. The older I get, I feel that every time I solve or get over the battle I last was on, there's 10 more. And I'm pretty sure everyone's like, well, that's because you're looking for problems, maybe, or maybe you attract problems. Like, no, I can assure you that I'm not going through life looking for issues. Neither are you, who's watching this, for whoever's watching this. But it's like, great, I solved that problem. Here's another one. Or where's the next problem?
It is never ending. It's like I used to struggle with relationships. But then when I get a girlfriend, I guess I just dated the wrong ones a
We
few
all did it.
times.
We all date the wrong
And
ones. It's okay.
I was just a nice guy. I was too nice, and I always
Keep
cared
being a
about
nice
their
guy.
feelings and always made sure that they're happy. But perhaps I was just treating the wrong person right.
That's real.
And all they ever did was cheat on me and flirt with other guys
You're with the
and
wrong
just left
person,
me for
man.
somebody else.
It's all
Like,
good.
even in
I mean,
relationships,
it's not good, but
it's a struggle to find someone that you're compatible with,
true.
someone that actually has your back, somebody that actually loves you and cares about you and isn't selfish. Even in
True.
relationships, you got to go through so many toxic relationships and so many people who don't deserve you. It's hard to just find some people who are loyal and trustworthy and will be there for you no matter what. It's
That is the realest shit. That's so real. Even till this day, the circle is so small of people that are close. And I would love for it to be bigger, right? I think all of us, I don't even think this is a wealth thing. I'm pretty sure billionaires have the same thing. Their circle is this big of like who you can trust, and it's just problem after problem. Yeah.
so hard to find people like that. And it's not just finding a girlfriend that's loyal, it's finding friends that are loyal.
Yep.
Finding genuine people that actually care about you. It's a constant struggle.
It's true.
And you don't have as much friends. And then the little bit of friends that you have in high school,
Nah, those aren't.
once you graduate, you no longer really communicate with them. We
Yep.
kind of all just go down our different paths and we kind of just separate. And life after school is just loneliness, and you really only have a few friends, if that. And then
Mm-hmm.
all it really is just work.
Two. I only have two friends out of the hundreds that I went to school with, and I was in extracurricular activities as well. And we were, to what I thought, we were all, close or as close as you would be for seeing these same people, 40 hours a week, sometimes more as a kid. And there's only, no, one, two, three, four. There's four. There's only four. And only two I regularly kind of talk to. He's talking some real shit right now.
Being 9 to 5, and most people are just miserable and lost and
Mm-hmm.
don't really know what they want to do with their life, and you just work your whole life away until you're old, and if the economy is any good, you might be able to retire, and then from there
Not in
you
this
have a few
economy.
years left, and then you just
Die.
die.
No.
That's all
Yeah.
life really is. You're born, you go to school, you work, you get old, you retire, and then you just die.
Make memories.
Sometimes I really wonder what the purpose of life is. It's a lot of suffering, it's just a lot of emotional trauma and suffering and betrayal and struggles. And the only advice that we really get is, oh, make sure you go to college, make sure you
It's
go
not.
to college. Not everybody's meant to go to college.
Exactly.
It's not really the best path for some people.
Nope.
Because some people just ends up getting their degree and can't even get a job in that field. It's just a waste of money. And you know what the worst feeling is? When you have a degree and you feel like that degree is worthless. And you
I have a degree in engineering. Now, I don't think it's worthless. I think the field I went into specifically, because there's a vast array of what that can be, I'm not even using it. Then comments can be like, well, why did you try to use it? Why did you do that? It's not what I wanted to do. It's what I felt like I should do. So I did it.
you feel worthless. That's the worst feeling. When you feel like a degree on your resume means nothing. When you can't even land a job interview. When it can't even get past their automated system that just rejects you. You don't even get a human to look at that resume with a degree on there. You feel worthless. And then even when you have a degree, you don't have any experience. If you haven't...
Damn.
It's like a degree means nothing when you have no experience, when you have no connections. When entry-level jobs require 5 years of experience, it's just frustrating. It's like, what was the point of me going to school then? What was the point of me getting this degree? Like, can we have some real entry-level jobs? Can we get some real entry-level jobs that require no experience? Can we see some of that? And then when jobs want
on a point that, like, that's real. Like, when I got out of school or out of college, I still think I was lucky to land a degree in substation engineering. I got lucky, and even then, the job wasn't entry. They just took a chance. It was their entry, but their entry required a degree with experience. I was like, how the hell am I supposed to get the experience when I'm in school? Like, how? I can't. Then they're like, well, you get an internship. Like, I couldn't. I was poor. I had to work and not work for free. And I had to make enough to keep going to school to get the degree that You see where this is going?
References. Like, I could be hardworking. I'm a quick learner, but I don't have the 5 references that you want. 5 professional references that you want. I don't have
You're
that.
in school.
I don't have that much work experience. And then being an introvert, it's just hard to connect with people.
So I'm an extreme extrovert, and I still feel like it's hard to connect with people because you feel like it's fake half the time. I can start a conversation with anybody. I could talk to the fly in my room, but it doesn't. You believe all your interactions are fake, though, kinda. Like, I feel like I'm not an introvert, so I can't understand. But I feel like maybe when you do have those connections or with people, you know they're meaningful because you just don't really have those connections with many people. Where me, I have connections with and experiences with endless amounts of people, but I don't know how many of them are genuine or real. I know I'm genuine, but I know the world doesn't work that way. I know they're not genuine. Everyone is to the point out here to do their thing until you die. And sometimes that means people step on you.
To get these professional references. But I know if I put my mind to something and I work hard, I could do it. I could do the job. And perhaps on paper, I don't look like the most qualified person. But then I see a bunch of people that get hired because everything looks good on their resume. They look qualified on their resume, but they're not really the best fit for that company.
I've seen garbage hired.
Do the best job.
Garbage.
But they get hired.
Because the paper said it.
I don't know. It's just, life is too hard, man. There's always the next challenge and the next challenge. You fix this, another problem. I'm tired. I'm tired of figuring shit out. I'm tired of trying to solve these problems.
That's real.
And it's true. Nobody in this world can help you. Nobody in this world can.
It's all you, man.
Nobody in this world cares about you.
It's all up to you.
Nobody in this world can help you. The only person that can help you is yourself.
Yep.
And that's just a lonely world. Such a lonely world.
But it's reality.
Like, sometimes I feel like if poor people ran the government, life would probably be so much better.
That's an interesting take. I don't believe that, though. Because at the end of the day, it's still a person, and people, unfortunately, as amazing we are terrible. those poor people eventually become rich people, and then it has nothing to do with money. Poor people have the same or sometimes similar values as someone that's rich. It's just they just aren't rich. So just because you don't have money, because I came from no money, doesn't mean that that person's uh, omnipotent or vigilant or a blessing. That person could be a literal tyrant, murderer, and nightmare, and they're just poor. And the only thing stopping them from doing that is money. Like I've seen some absolutely terrible people that have no money, and I've seen some absolute angels that are very wealthy. I agree. I understand where he's going with this, though.
Because the rich people, they don't understand the struggles of everyday poor people.
Some
When they
rich
don't
people.
know something, they just hire people to solve their problems. They have connections. They have the money to just fix things.
Pretty much true.
You don't understand how it feels to be poor, and when you don't know something, you just don't have the money to hire people to figure things out for you. You can't hire people to solve your problems. Like only poor people genuinely knows how it feels to be down here. And
So yeah, at one point I've lived in my car for about 6 months because I had to. It just cost the least, and I couldn't afford the car, so it eventually got repossessed. Um, and I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing because it made me very jaded in some ways. However, if I didn't do what I needed to do, or as what do they call it? Pull up from your bootstraps, whatever it is, I wouldn't be enjoying the things I'm enjoying now. I'm not in a position to where I would say I'm struggling. I'm not in a position to where things are just terrible for me. I'm not in a position to where I mean, I have the things I have, and it's because of the things I did 15, 16 years ago. And it sucked. It sucked. Uh, I had to be, to this point, alone, right? And that's why I was saying, like, I'm hearing his message. And even though I feel like I'm on the other side of what he's saying, I feel the same. I feel what he's saying.
and I feel like the older we get, we just have less friends. And
Oh,
the way
that's a fact.
society is going
Yep.
nowadays, everybody is so isolated. Everybody
Yep.
just
No one, because
on
no
their
one cares.
devices.
No one
Everybody
cares.
wants human connection, but nobody wants to reach out. Nobody wants to
It's
actually
true.
connect. I just want a few solid friends
We all do,
that just
man.
has your back when you're down, and you know you'll have their back when they're down. That's
Hmm.
just that's
That
all I
should be
want. And it's
family,
even worse when you don't have
but
supportive parents.
oh,
Your
he's getting
parents
into
are the
that.
ones that care about you, yet they're the first ones to put you down. They're the
If that's not like the truest thing I've
first ones to tell you that you're useless, that you're nothing, that
I
you're
like to emphasize, not my grandparents. My grandparents, I will fight a war for my grandmother and grandfather. I will fight, I will give every inch of my body for my grandfather and my grandmother. But that's where it stops.
just trash and never support you in anything you do. Everything you do is wrong.
Mm, that hurts.
If you don't do what they want you to do, you're wrong. It's like, can I just do what I like?
Mm.
Like, do you even know what I like to do in my life?
He's
Do
hitting
you
me in the
even
feels right
know
now.
what makes me happy?
Hitting me in the feels. It hurts.
And perhaps I have certain passions that I want to pursue. Can I just do that
I mean, you can, but
without being compared to everybody else? Like,
can you
oh,
live
look at
off
your
of those passions,
cousins,
though? That's the
look
only
at
thing
this
to think
person,
about.
look at that person, they're so successful. Can I not be compared with anybody else because I'm me? I'm not them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always about them being better than you at certain things. What about me being good at things? What about the things that I'm good at? Is that not important?
That hurts.
Life definitely does suck, and there's a lot of struggles. But all we can really do is
There's a
live
lot of good
day
in
by
life
day.
too. There's a lot of good in life too. And that maybe is me on the other side talking, right? There's a lot of good. It just didn't get good. What is it? I don't know the quote or who said it, but there's some people that just seem to always get lucky or fall into luck, but no one sees the them working 12 to 14 hours a day to get to that opportunity, which now we see as luck, right? And I'm not saying and I'm not saying that this person and others aren't doing that either. That's where the life sucks part.
One day at a time, one step at a time, and I don't know, life just sucks, man. And just societal pressure. And sometimes the pressure can really get to you and you just feel worthless. And you just feel like you're not built for this world. Like there's
Damn. That hits hard. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's like this current world. I feel like I've been in a position to where I have hired and grown and developed probably 400 plus people in my professional career. And five of them, out of all of them, just five are what I would consider as successful as where I'm at currently. And only one is actually drastically past where even I'm at now. And I was the person who hired him to begin with. And that makes me so happy, by the way. But like out of all of that, just five people. So what happens to the other 395? Uh,
I feel like I'm just not built for this world. Like this world is too much. I'm just not meant. I'm just not meant to be in it.
no, I don't talk like that.
It's tough. I just constantly tell myself the best thing that I could do is just keep holding on and just keep pushing. I
You
just
have to,
gotta take
man.
it one day at a time
But do it for you.
and focus on one step at a time. I just gotta keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta be myself, and not just that. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta be my best self and keep
Yep.
pushing. I think we all have them days where we feel like we want to give up. I think the most scariest thing,
Yes.
if you really think about it, is not everybody wins. In life, you'll have
Yep.
winners and you'll have losers. Not
Because because someone has to lose. The only way a winner can exist is because someone else is losing. And not everyone can be a winner and not everyone can be a loser. If everyone's a loser, then we're just doomed. We're destroyed. There has to be a winner. There's always going to be a winner. But there's only one first place trophy, not 20, not 1,000, not 1,000,000. That's the I feel like that's the thing is just everyone wants to have a first place trophy. And just like when everyone's like, go to school, get educated, do this, do that, it's everyone's being told you will get a first place trophy. And it's not a participation trophy. That's a whole nother thing in time. But everyone's like, here's your first place trophy. But there can't be thousands of first place trophies. So we're constantly just beat into our heads success, success, do this, do that, do this, do that, success, when there's only going to be this pinch amount of winners. And the ones that are losing can literally be doing 20 times as much. Maybe they didn't get the opportunity they needed. Maybe they didn't weren't in the right place at the right time. Maybe something happened. Maybe they decided to just do something else different for a month and now they can't do this ever again. It's life. It sucks to his point. But you can't give up though. You can't. You can't give up. Because as shitty as it is so beautiful at the same time. It's so amazing. We can do things. We can fly. We can go underwater, miles underwater. We we have handheld devices that can communicate across the world in a millisecond. Like we are people. We can do anything. But someone has to lose. And that's the part that sucks.
everybody makes it, and it's just biology. It's natural selection. I hope we all make it.
Yeah.
But the only thing we can do is just try our best and keep pushing forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we can offer. That's all we can do. At the end of the day, life sucks. It's constant, constant battles and struggles, and I'm tired. I really
Me
feel
too,
like I'm
man. We
tired. I'm
we
tired
are
of this
all
world.
tired. We're all tired. Winning or losing.
I have to keep going.
It's
We all have to keep going.
mm-hmm.
And we all have to try our best and try to make it. And try not to let the pressure get to us.
Damn. That yeah. That is this is the first time in a while that a recommended popped up into my feed. Normally I won't ever click on something like this, but I've been in my own thoughts and feelings, and I'm 35. I guess a lot of things that I'm reading is saying that I'm in a midlife crisis currently. I don't know how true that is or not, but it feels like it. And I don't have a lot of things going wrong. I don't have a lot of things going bad. I have a lot of things going good for myself. I have a lot of things to be happy about. I have a lot of things to be joyous about. Yet, the energy captured in that video, I feel the exact same way. I feel it. I see it all the time with the people I train and hire and develop. They look done. They just look done. The winners look done. The losers looked everyone. Just everyone's like what they're just over it. And that's scary. Because as much as we want to recognize it or not, the younger, or even I guess I'm still a part of it, that generation, we are tomorrow. And if we don't give a shit, okay, we got bigger problems then. But this is a good video. When I say it's good in a way that maybe I needed to hear this. It seems very raw, very genuine. And I wanted to share with other people with my own thoughts and opinions over it. Um, to the person in the video, hey, keep doing you, man. You'll make it. Takes a lot to be vulnerable, especially to the internet when no one cares. But you'll be fine. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you guys.